Thank you, members. We are happy for this invitation, and as a new minister, I look forward to working with this committee to deliver a very strategic and important institution in this country. And I'm also delighted that I've interacted with many members except nominated member from Mandela, members like Honorable Nikal, who served in the last parliament, and Honorable Edith. So it is really my pleasure to work with you. Some of you I worked with in my previous job, like Honorable Palayo, who did some great works in Narok County. Honorable Chair, I seek your indulgence because, as you know, today His Excellency the President is going to deliver the State of the Nation address, and the Cabinet has been requested to escort him from State House all the way to Parliament. So my suggestion and my prayer is that I want to handle the strategic issues, and then I seek leave and request the PS to go through the detail of it if that is granted. Thank you, Chair. Yes. Chair, let me just say where we are in the matters of NYS. Now, as you know, around 2014, 2015, the first engineering exercise of NYS was carried out, and NYS was tasked to do a critical role in terms of mainstreaming the youth in matters of national development, and to give hope to and livelihoods to the youth. That program was fairly successful. It was beset by governance problems, and unfortunately, when those governance problems arose, that program was terminated. So, coinciding with my appointment to this ministry, I just came in at the point where the President was actually very keen on restarting that reengineering exercise, and so it has just landed on my desk from day one. So I'm very lucky that I don't have anything new to bring to NYS other than what His Excellency the President had started. So I'm just implementing the vision that he has set out for the National Youth Service. And this program, the new NYS, is premised on 4 pillars. The first pillar is expanding paramilitary service and regimentation. Currently, the current batch, we recruited 10,000 servicemen and women. And we have a very ambitious plan that starts with financial year 23-24, which is the current financial year, where we are supposed to recruit 20,000, go to 40,000 in 24-25, 60,000, and then 100,000 by 26-27. So this is a very ambitious undertaking because the President has identified NYS as one of the key pillars to drive our bottom-up economic transformation agenda better. The second pillar is on the issue of national service. That is where NYS is going to play a very key role in working with the ministries and departments. So we are going to be the primary provider of labor to government. We have already started. Last week we launched maize harvesting program with the Agricultural Development Corporation and the Kenya Seed Company. Next week we are launching desilting of the colonial dams. On Monday we are providing servicemen and women to every county for the National Tree Planting Day, which I take this opportunity to welcome members to join us in any county of your choice. We're going to have cabinet secretaries in every county, but as a ministry we have chosen to be in counties of Siaya and Kisumu on Monday. We are the primary provider of the seedlings and the three other servicemen that are going to be deployed country for this service. Other services will include providing security. The next guy you find in a government building as a guard is going to be from NYS. So all these spheres which are labor-based, the primary provider is going to be NYS. We are working on a policy to align that, to change that, so that it's not just a request, but actually every MDA is obligated to use our servicemen and women. That is under the national service pillar. The third pillar is commercialization. And this is where we are going to transform NYS from just being a service or a labor-based provider to actually providing services competitively, competing with the private sector, so that we can be able to raise our own A&A. We stand at an advantage because even having discussion with, for example, county governors, they would prefer to work with us as NYS on a G2G basis. So that's cutting the time that they require for lengthy procurement processes, and thus providing even more jobs to our young people. Not just providing commercial services, competing with the private sector in providing those services like engineering to government, but also where we can, providing it to the private sector locally, because we believe we have a very disciplined team of young men and women, and even trying to provide these services abroad as NYS, as a contractor of choice. And the fourth pillar is on imparting technical and vocational training. We have got our own TVETs, around 22 TVETs, and we intend to expand this space. So those four pillars are the cornerstone of the new NYS that we want to deliver. And to do this, we are facing two challenges as we discuss this supplementary budget. The first constraint is on, even before we look at the cuts, and the PS is going to take us through the cuts, we were expecting that we have agreed to recruit 20,000 servicemen and women in January and February. I can promise you that will not happen. It will not happen because we have not received a single penny for that exercise. We require around 1.5 billion shillings for that exercise, failure to which there is not going to be a recruitment in January, February. Two, we have agreed and we have got a paper that shows that for us to engage in the commercial services, we need seed capital to buy machinery, to prepare ourselves to set up the company that is going to do the commercial services, to be known as NYS Enterprises. And this we have agreed on with the president and the economic team on a seed capital of 1.6 billion shillings. So to start these commercial services. So I was expecting a check from this meeting of 3.1 billion shillings, not cuts. So we really beseech the committee, one, to save us from the cuts at a time when we need money. Two, to ensure that we amend the supplementary budget as it gets to the next level, to add the 1.5 billion to enable us to do the recruitment that is supposed to be done in January of 20,000 servicemen and women, and to amend budget to give us the 1.6 billion that we need to start the commercial services. This seed capital is very important because if we do it correctly, there is a high likelihood we will not be here next year asking for your intervention. I come from a commercial private sector background, and these are the skills I bring to the NYS to ensure that we are sustainable, we generate our own money. There is absolutely no reason why in the medium term NYS cannot be self-sufficient. I look forward to one day coming here and telling you that we can survive wholly on A&A without exchequer allocation because it is doable. But as we get there, we seek the support of this committee to ensure that we put this seed now so that we start doing those things that are going to ensure that going forward, the money you have been allocating to us can be used for health, education, and other matters. Young people are vibrant. Young people can be able to sustain themselves. We just need a little bit of support to move forward.